Hey everybody, what's up? Dr. Seth with the Cafe of Life Chiropractic Center. Hey, listen, hope you guys are doing well. I know everybody is in shelter-in-place order right now. I wanted to go over and just do a little bit of a deeper dive about what you guys could do to build your immune system naturally while you're at home, okay? So if you bear with me, I've got a PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to get through with you guys. Want to make sure that I get you all the information that's necessary to try to boost your immune system to the best of your ability while you're at home. Obviously, anything that we can do to boost our immune system and to not be immune compromised is going to help us and going to help our family stay strong, all right? So I've been putting some information on the Facebook page throughout the week, but I want to do a little bit of a deeper dive into it right now. So give me just a minute. I'm going to get this worked out, slideshow, and then we're going to go here. Okay. All right, everybody. So we're going to get through it. Let me just get my notes all together here. And hopefully this is helpful for you guys. All right, boosting your immune system, super important in today. This is just, obviously, everybody's concerned with the same thing. Let's talk about the wellness paradigm, all right? So there's two types of paradigms for health and well-being, right? We have a treatment paradigm, which basically states, hey, if we treat our symptoms, then we're healthy. We know that that's not necessarily true. Just because we don't have symptoms doesn't mean we're healthy. We want to do everything that we can to express our health naturally, all right? The wellness paradigm is, hey, yes, we don't ignore symptoms, but we take symptoms into consideration to the best of our ability. We want to try to help people feel and function better to the best of our ability. However, we want to create an awareness as to why people are expressing symptoms. That's the most important thing, right? We have to understand why people come into the office the way they come into the office. If you were in a car accident or you were in a bike accident, yeah, it's obvious. I fell off my bike and I hurt my neck, or I hurt my lower back, or I hurt my shoulder, and so forth. But for the most part, 85-90% of the people that come in the office come in because of their lifestyle. And that lifestyle could be just a super hard, stressful lifestyle. That could be physical stress, mental and emotional stress, chemical stress, whatever it is. But we have to address these various different aspects of life if we're going to expect to get results and to not continue to perpetuate the cycle of the problems that bring people into the office. So today we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive into those stresses and into those lifestyle choices so that we can help you boost your immune system as much as you possibly can. All right, let's keep moving. All right, so body signals, we're talking about body signals here. And when we take a look at symptoms, we have to say, okay, well, symptoms are really only the tip of the iceberg, right? So if I am expressing a headache, well, why am I expressing a headache? Do I have a cervicogenic headache? Is it because there's muscle tension in the back of my head and it's kind of pushing, it's pulling down and it's creating all different types of tension in the back of my neck? Or am I completely dehydrated? What kind of, is it a hormonal headache? There's all different kinds of things. So we take a look at these symptoms, but it's really, the symptoms are really just the tip of the iceberg. We have to get a better understanding about what actually is causing these symptoms, all right? So some thoughts that we're going to talk about for today. Sickness, unfortunately, sickness is a part of health, okay? You can't have abundant health without sometimes having some sickness as well. I'm a firm believer that people don't get sick. We do sick, right? If you don't take care of yourself and your immune system is down and you are doing all different types of negative behaviors, you are not a healthy host. I believe in a healthy host, right? And now in today's day and age, it's even more important that you're the healthiest host that you possibly can. If we take a look at your inner car battery, okay, we got to take a look at your energy. Energy is so important, right? The immune system is a very expensive energy system. It requires a lot of energy. So we want to redirect our energy to boosting our immune system at this point in time. And just remember, we don't get sick, we do sick, right? So we want to do everything that we can to be the healthiest host that we possibly can, all right? So we're going to talk about a couple different components of what we call the bonfire. If we use the analogy of a bonfire, let me just fix my microphone here. If we talk about your bonfire, we talk about fuel, so what you eat. Okay, what you eat is going to be very important. We want to make sure that we're putting nutrient-dense food into our body. We're going to do a little bit deeper dive about that in just a moment. Air, how do you move? Okay, we need to make sure that people are moving their bodies. Exercise is really key. Just because there's a shelter in place doesn't mean you can't exercise. Get in the living room floor or just get out and go on a power walk. Make sure to, obviously do your social distancing, stay away from people, but we got to move your body. And then spark what you think. What you think is so important. Listen, we're all trying to get that dynamic and that balance between, okay, I want to have all the right information. I want to make sure that I'm in the know. I want to make sure what's going on, how this disease is progressing, how's it affecting my community, how's it affecting the economy, what do I need to be aware about. So that's important information to stay in tune with, but make sure that you're not overdoing it and just like all day long, just reading into it, reading into the negative part about it. Attitude is going to be really important. If you stay in panic, and you follow panic, panic is what you're going to get, and the negative consequences of filling your mind with all of the fear. Listen, there's definitely cause for concern. There's no doubt that there's some fear involved in what's going on. I too am a little fearful, I'll admit it. However, we have to try to focus to the best of our ability on staying calm. Staying calm is really important. Okay, if you panic, you're going to increase your sympathetic nerve system. When you increase your sympathetic nerve system and your cortisol levels go up, that takes you away from immunity. Remember, immunity is a very expensive energy drain, and if you're in high cortisol, you don't have energy for your immune system. So remember, how you think is very important. Stay calm, don't panic. All right, we're all going to get through this as a community. Stay informed, have the proper information, just make smart, educated decisions, but don't buy into the mass hysteria and the panic, okay? Next, so if we take what you eat and we take how you move and we take how you think and we put that over time, that is going to really make the big difference here, okay? So it's compounding your health. Think about it. It's just like wealth. It has a compounding effect, like with your money. Compounding interest is either going to increase your wealth or it's going to increase your debt. Okay, the longer you stay healthy, the longer you eat well, move well, and think well over time, the longer you're going to be healthy. And the longer you stay sick, the sicker you're going to be. Okay, so remember, when we talk about health, it's compounded. So the longer you stay healthy, the better you're going to have a chance of staying healthy long term. The longer you make negative decisions that impact your health, the sicker you're going to be. It's your choice. So start to make some of these decisions to the best of your ability, okay? So certainly there's some things that you're going to need to stop doing, some things you're going to need to slow down doing, and some things you're going to need to start doing in order to get through this and to be as healthy as you possibly can, all right? So we all know there's certain things that you need to stop doing, right? These negative behaviors. There's certain things that we're going to need to okay, what do we need? I probably shouldn't do as much of this. And then certainly things that you're not doing. We need to stop the toxic behaviors that are part of the equation. Some things we're going to slow down and some things you categorically need to start doing. So let's do a deeper dive and let's break this down for you so that you have an understanding about, these categories, what you should be doing and when you shouldn't be doing, okay? So as far as fuel and what you eat, we want to absolutely make sure that we get the required nutrients, right? So for you to be healthy, your cells need to be healthy. And for your cells that need to be healthy, they require a certain amount of vitamins and minerals for your cells to function and to battle infection, all right? Essential elements. Natural state of the body is to express health. If you're not expressing health, if you're sick, that means that there's something interfering with your natural expression of health. Interference is either caused by a toxicity or by a deficiency or both. All right, so we want to make sure to eat whole foods, choose real food, whole unprocessed foods in the natural state. We're going to go over more of that in just a moment. And then a toxic food burden, right? Unnatural, chemical-laden GMO foods are toxic and tax your cells and your immune system. We're going to go a little bit more of a deeper dive on that as well. So what do we eat? What kind of foods do we eat, right? Unlimited vegetables, unlimited nutrient-dense vegetables, abundant, lean, natural meats, some fruits, nuts, and seeds. Hey, listen, we have to limit the starch, right? We have to limit the starch. We don't want to overdo it on the starch, and we certainly want to reduce and or eliminate sugar at this point in time. There'll be plenty of time to have sugar later, but right now, if you're sitting at home, binge watching Netflix and eating Twix bars, it's not going to help, okay? So we really have to limit the sugar at this point in time. Increase sugar, decrease immunity. It's that simple. So if we take a look at our plate, this is how it should really be broken down, right? 2/3 of our diet should be nutrient-dense vegetables, okay? 1/3 lean protein. I don't care if you're a vegetable or you're I don't care if you're a vegetarian or not a vegetarian. You know, protein, healthy protein. Everybody needs healthy protein. Our body's built on healthy protein, right? So we need to have healthy protein, whether that's vegetarian or not, doesn't make a difference to me. But 2/3 fruits and vegetables, healthy fruits and vegetables, nutrient dense, some lean protein, and then healthy fat, right? We got to have the healthy fat. So some do's and don'ts associated with that. So do's, non-starchy vegetables, right? Some fruit, meat, poultry, fish, range-fed eggs, natural fats, some nuts and seeds, and then drink water, okay? We got to drink water. We got to flush the system. I'm going for half my body weight in ounces per day. That is a lot of fluid. I am flushing my body out and trying to stay as healthy as I possibly can at this point in time. Don'ts, refined carbohydrates, cereals, grains, sweeteners, bad vegetable oils, okay? There's some good vegetable oils, olive, avocado, palm, and coconuts, etc., but bad vegetable oils, you know what we're talking about. Dairy products, soda, juice, alcohol, sugar, and I mean, listen, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Increase your sugar, decrease your immunity. It's that simple, all right? So we have choices to make as it relates to that. Supplements. What are we going to do for supplements at this point in time? Even the best diet, today's day and age, is insufficient in the modern world, all right? Our foods come from depleted soils. We have toxic burdens, and the pace of life is just too, our modern pace of life is too much for foods that are coming out of the ground, okay? It's just, it's insufficient. All right, the depleted soil, you need to supplement. And so let's go over some of these supplements. Let's talk about what are some of the supplements that you should be doing at this point in time. So to do this, omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are going to help with a variety of different reasons. They're good for the joints. They're good for your mood. Cardiovascularly, they're good. So omega-3 fatty acids are key. Probiotics for the healthy gut lining. Inflammation and the gut lining, very important. Whole food supplementation, right? Vitamins, multivitamins, minerals, that's important. Vitamin C, vitamin D, those are all important right now. Some extra supplements that you could be doing to boost your immune system at this point in time. We have colloidal silver, which is a broad spectrum antimicrobial, really good. Elderberry helps for fighting colds and flus, especially will help with faster recovery. Echinacea strengthens the immune system. It's especially good for the respiratory infections with upper respiratory infections. So definitely echinacea is a good one. Ginseng is a detox and anti-inflammatory. And then ginger. Ginger is good for detox and anti-inflammatory. And then ginseng, antimicrobial, antibacterial and antiviral benefits of ginseng as well. So those are some good ones that you can be boosting up on. I myself right now are doing various different types of mushroom extracts. I think I mentioned this. Listen, as far as supplementation is concerned, if you go to our website, cafeoflifemarin.com, go to the wellness page, go to the nutrition page. From there, there's a link to our online pharmacy. From there, you can go to our Metagenic site, click on different types of categories on the immunity tab, and you're going to see a whole host of different supplements that you can order directly to your own home. These are good, high-quality GMP supplementation. So if you're practicing social distancing and you don't want to get to the store and you're looking to try to get some supplementation, then by all means, cafeoflifemarin.com. the wellness page, the nutrition page. There's a link on there to our online pharmacy, and you can get, if you have questions, hit me up, right? Text me, email me, call me. We're communicating with patients all the time right now. We're not going dark. We're here to help you. So if you have questions about that, or any questions for that matter, make sure to contact the office and we're going to be in touch with you guys, okay? So air, how you move. Let's talk about, we're going to go into exercise right now. So how you move. Consider movement. Here's what you need to know about movement, all right? It's a required nutrient. Your cells expect and require movement as much as they do water or oxygen. It reduces stress. In fact, neurologically, it is your reset button from sympathetic fight or flight to parasympathetic rest and repair. But when you're fighting, here's another thing to consider though. If you're fighting something right now, if you have a cold, if you have a flu, if you are run down and your energy stores are down, then it's best to rest over movement, okay? So for those of you that are feeling good, absolutely you need to be moving your body, you need to be exercising. I don't care if you're doing it on demand, in front of your TV, on the living room floor, or you're getting out and you're going for a run or a fast-paced walk or a hike. Practice social distancing, stay away from other people, but there's no reason why you can't be moving your body. However, if you are not feeling good right now, then absolutely rest is important. Take a day off or two. Make sure you get yourself the proper rest, okay? Energy is important for healing, and so make sure to have the proper amount of energy. For the most of you, increasing your activity is going to increase your energy, all right? So, a little bit more on the energy cycle, okay? So, required, if you're fighting something, rest, reserve energy for the immune system, listen to your body, take naps, okay? If you need to nap, take a nap as well, all right? Let's go and let's talk about, more specifically, let's get into sleep, right? So, sleep is very important when it comes to boosting your immune system, all right? Sleeping at least 7 to 8 hours a night is critical, all right? Especially during these times, we need to make sure that we're getting the proper amount of sleep. If you don't have the proper amount of rest, your immune system is not going to function to the best of its ability, okay? Remember, the immune system is energy expensive. And so in order to get that energy, you want to increase your sleep and make sure that you're getting proper rest. Take a nap throughout the day. Absolutely a good thing to do. An e-fast, okay? So make sure that you do an e-fast before you go to bed, especially with all the really negative stuff that you're reading right now. Some of it is appropriate, but hey, listen, there's a lot of panic out there. There's a lot of concern out there. There's a lot of grim information out there. I'm not saying ignore it, but hey, there's only so much that you can really digest at any given point in time. Take an e-fast 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. Put it down, read something, play a game with your kids. But do an e-fast before you go to bed. You're going to sleep a lot better, okay? And then nap. Napping is good, okay? Try to make it just under 20 minutes and it'll be effective for you. How you think, spark how you think. Listen, stress hormones, immune system, healing rhythms, how you think is very much going to direct how healthy you are and your immune system as well, okay? How you choose to think is your spark, and it's absolutely critical. Your thought life and your thought patterns have a massive influence on your body chemistry and therefore your immune functions. Stressful thought patterns produce stress hormones and adaptive physiology. Stress hormones put you in fight or flight and downregulate your immune system. Remember the car battery analogy. Energy is redirected away from the immune system and towards your musculoskeletal system when you are in fight or flight. Now that's good if you're being chased by a tiger, but it's not good right now when we're trying to boost our immune system. When you're stressed, your body prepares for fight or flee from the threat outside your body, like getting chased by a tiger, and innately decides to temporarily ignore the risks from the inside of your body. Think virus, okay? So if you want to reduce your immunity, then stress out and think negative thoughts. But if you're looking to increase your immunity, try to keep your stress levels down. I know it's very hard at this point in time. The exercise will help. Eating the healthy food will help. But how we think and what we're exposing our thoughts to is very important. I've been really focusing on this a lot right now and trying to have a positive attitude and trying not to stress about various different things like everybody else is stressing about right now. But remember, physiologically, there's a reason, okay? If you maintain a low stress level, you will keep your immune system boosted, all right? And this is what we're all looking to try to do at this point in time. So here's a premise, okay, that I want you guys to think about, that healthy is normal, all right? Just because people are sick all around doesn't mean it's normal. It's common for people in our society to be sick and have colds and flus and allergies and whatnot, but our bodies are meant to be healthy, okay? Our bodies are smart, all right? Sperm, egg, one cell, cell proliferation, 70 trillion cells right now. Our bodies are self-healing, self-regulating organisms. The nervous system controls and regulates the master communication system of your body, and your spine is your suit of armor that protects that nerve system. And we need to remember that our modern lives are unnaturally stressful, okay? They just are. Our lives are unnaturally stressful. Our ancestors did not deal with this kind of stress. So here is just adaptive stress physiology, all right? So when we are in a stressed state, our body is going to have this adaptive physiology, right? So let's go over it. When we are stressed, this stressor, let's talk about the autonomic nervous system, okay? These are all things that happen automatically. Rest and repair is our parasympathetic nervous system, which is what we want to be in right now. Sympathetic is the stress response or the fight or flight system. So here's some practical examples. Stress triggers your stress response in hormones. Adaptive physiology saves our lives in the short term, but shortens our lives in the long term, right? So when we're in stress, our blood pressure increases with threat, either real or perceived, right? All of these stresses are either real stress or perceived stress. Your body doesn't know whether it's a real stress or a perceived stress, and the adaptive physiology is the same. So blood pressure increases, heart rate increases, muscle tone increases, digestion gets upset, so it speeds initially, but then it slows down. Our reproductive and our sex drive is downregulated. Our serotonin levels are decreased and downregulated. We have an increase in the sensory system. The sensory system is downregulated. Fear and anxiety increases with the stress. All right. So our immune response is downregulated, right? Insulin sensitivity is downregulated. Our blood sugar goes up. We get a decrease in HDL. We get an increase in HDL. Clotting factors increase, and our sex drive definitely goes down. All right. So these are all adaptive physiologies that put us in fight or flight versus rest and digest. Remember, we want to be in rest and digest. Okay. The more stressed out we are, the less energy we have for fighting things inside like viruses. All right. So sources of stress. Let's go over some of the sources of stress here. So our thoughts, our toxins, and our traumas, okay? The 3 T's. Let's start with trauma, right? So macro trauma, look, macro trauma, we're all staying inside right now. Hopefully we're staying away from macro trauma, unless we're slipping on the Twix wrapper in our living room. Macro traumas, for the most part, if you're staying at home and you're practicing social distancing, hopefully you're avoiding a large degree of macro trauma. Then we have micro-repetitive trauma, right? So micro-repetitive trauma, looking down at your phones all day, bending and lifting and twisting in an inappropriate manner, sitting at a computer all day. These are all micro-traumas, right? All these micro-traumas. If we take a look at society, we've got a tremendous amount of micro-trauma. Take a look at your kids, right? Your kids are looking down. They're looking down at TikTok right now. They're looking down at Snapchat right now. Look at their heads going down like this. Remember, for every inch forward that you move your head, that's an additional 10 pounds of weight to the weight of your head that you're putting on your spine. So now's a good time to talk to those kids. Tell them to sit up straight, put their phones up like this. Better yet, put the phones down, play some games, have some good wholesome activities. So micro trauma. Then, we know that our spine is our suit of armor, right? So the vertebrae act like a suit of armor protecting the delicate nerves that send messages to every part of the body. We know that when that spine gets stressed, then we also get what's called subluxation, right? That's what most of you guys are getting care for in the office. Subluxation causes joint misalignment. Joint misalignment will then cause soft tissue damage. Soft tissue damage then causes inflammation, which causes spasm, causes nerve irritation. We get a loss of imbibition, which means the spine is not moving well and it's not pumping fluid. When it's not pumping fluid, that makes for unhealthy, even more unhealthy soft tissue, and it can create degenerative discs. That joint gets fixated. That fixation creates kind of degeneration, and all along, when you get a subluxation, it elevates your stress hormones. So if we go back to the adaptive physiology, like we were talking about before, those stress hormones are going to take us into fight or flight and away from rest and digest, which is where the immune system really functions. So we want to make sure that our subluxations are clear. All right. Now, for this time with the shelter in place, we're encouraging patients, hey, if you really need to make it in, make it in. And we're on a reduced schedule. We're here to support the ones that absolutely need it, the ones that are suffering a tremendous amount of discomfort, those that are really needing to boost their immune system to the best of their ability. If you feel like you can go without it for another couple weeks and the shelter in place, then please heed the warnings. Do what you feel is civically responsible to do. Obviously, we're taking precautions in the office, masks, wiping things down, only keeping 1 or 2 people in the office at any given point in time. We're here to support people and keep people out of the urgent care, keep people out of the hospital for people that really suffer. However, if you feel like it's something that you can hold off on for the next couple weeks, then you do what you feel like you need to do as far as your civic responsibility and containing this craziness. But we are here for you should you need us. There are patients that are coming in that just feel like they really need to boost their immunity, and by all means, we're here for you as well. So subluxation causes nerve interference, and it causes nerve irritation and nerve interference, and it affects your body's innate ability to heal and remain healthy. Okay, so I'm also this week going to be sending you guys more things that you can do in terms of exercises, web exercises. Most of you have some web exercise programs at home in order to strengthen and stretch your spine. And so look for updated web exercises. And if you're looking for some more of those, please contact the office and we'll make sure to get those out for you. How do you know you have subluxation? Well, that's our job. We got to check it out, right? So we do motion palpation, static palpation, we check posture, x-rays, instrumentation. Chiropractors are the only professionals that look to correct subluxation and can detect and to correct areas of subluxation. If you know of someone that is really struggling during this time, that is home and isolated in excruciating pain and is concerned about going to an urgent care facility or a hospital in today's climate, then give us a call. We're here to help. We're here to just kind of help people get through this. We're here as a service to the community, and we'll stay open until we're told that we need to close. Adjustments for recovery, right? So what do we do to help people get better? Well, people are boning up on their chiropractic adjustments right now to try to stay as healthy as they possibly can, all right? When you get adjusted, when you get rid of the subluxation, that takes you out of the stress response. When you get out of the stress response, it changes that adaptive physiology in your favor so that you're more parasympathetic and your immune system can take action. Break the bad habits, right? Start eating better, start moving your body, start getting the proper amount of sleep. Work on those positive thoughts, staying away from panic, staying calm. Those are all things that you can do, all right? What to do when you're sick and you're already doing sick? You need to rest, right? If you're already sick, you need to rest. Sleep as much as you can. Get some extra adjustments. Limit the stressful situations. No sugar. Drink water. Simple, nutrient-dense foods, right? Broth, soup, veggie-based smoothies, supplementation. Give your body time. Give your body action, all right? This is one of our patients, Jean Marie. She was suffering. She had just come to me right after breast cancer, actually, and she was just like, hey, I need you to help me get my body back. She sent me this a couple months ago. She had went to Indonesia and went surfing. And, people come to this office for a variety of different reasons. They want to get their body back. They want to get back on track. They want to get healthy, okay? It's not just about back pain and neck pain. Oftentimes it's about people that are looking to make a life change and to get back in their body and try to be as healthy as they possibly can. So Jean Marie, she was one of them. This is her just kind of crushing it on a wave in Indonesia. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. All right, we're here to help to the best of our ability. How do you know if you have subluxation? Well, you got to get checked, right? So if you feel like you might have subluxation, reach out to us. We're going to get on the phone with you. We're going to have a consultation on the phone. If we feel like it can wait, then we'll probably wait till the shelter in place ban is lifted. If it's an immediate situation where you're in excruciating pain and you really need help, then by all means contact us. Let's get you in, okay? Don't put this off, okay? If you are if you're stressed out right now, if you're experiencing pain, listen, when you're experiencing pain, that increases your cortisol and your stress. When you increase your cortisol and your stress, it takes you out of parasympathetic into sympathetic or fight or flight. This reduces your immune response. So if you're unnecessarily in pain, don't put it off. Contact the office. Let's see what we need to do to help you out. Let's make a determination over the phone whether it's something that's pressing that needs to be addressed right now, or it can wait a couple weeks until the shelter in place is lifted, okay? We're going to do everything that we can to be responsible and do our civic responsibilities, okay? But please, give us a call. We're here to help, all right? All right, hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. I know that it's stressful times, all right? I agree. It's super stressful. I'm stressed for my family. I'm stressed for our business. I'm with everybody. I'm talking to neighbors that have been laid off. I'm talking to people that are really stressed out. And, the best that we can do is to just try to be as positive as we can, support one another, build one another up. Panic, hysteria, and freaking out is not going to help your own general health. It's not going to help your family. It's not going to help your community. So let's do everything that we can to support one another. Remember, we're here for you. If you have scheduled appointments, expect that you're going to hear from me. We're going to be making determinations about whether it's appropriate to come out and when it's not. But call, email, text the office. We're here for you guys 100%. Solidarity, Cafe of Life. We're not going dark. So hit us up. And any questions that you have, we want to get those taken care of, all right? We love and appreciate all you. We know that we're going to get through this together as a community, and we look forward to getting back to some regular rhythm with helping you guys just maintain as much health as we possibly can. All right. God bless. Be well.